Hi, I'm Michelle. The impact of taking this Master's of Educational Technology on me has had so many ripples of learning. Learning about myself as well as learning about my teaching practices and my professional ideals. Personal learning. I've always been a techie geek, and the choice to do a master's in tech ed over music was an easy one. I love this day and age where I can find answers in places I never dreamed of, like actually contacting the source and getting a response, or through my PLN on Twitter. Making the choice to do this online was the only choice I had. I know that I'm a horrible student in the classroom. I tend to fall asleep in lectures unless I'm multitasking, and my personal life prevented me from attending classes in person. I enjoy doing homework in my PJs. Never realized how much of a constructivist learner I am. My zone of proximal development requires me to have peace and quiet when I'm actually doing my work. Otherwise, I do tend to socialize. Last year, the yearbook poll voted me the social butterfly on staff. I wear that badge proudly, but at the same time, am very aware of my learning styles in this sense. This has also made me aware of my students' learning styles. In class, I structure time so that there's time for both individual and quiet work, as well as social collaboration. I think this allows for both types of learners. A lot of my classwork is also project based with student choice of media. In this way, I'm hoping to adapt to all learning styles and also allow those gifted students to shine in what they do while allowing those with learning disabilities to showcase their work as well in the best way possible. The sage on stage, what a great phrase. How many times can I look back at my education and see that? I believe I'm a facilitator in the classroom. If you ask my students, I have often said, I don't know, so let's find out. Usually right then and there as we pull out our mobile devices or access the laptop. This has become some of the best teachable moments in class. I am often one of the first staff to use a new technology in the classroom and hence often am the troubleshooter. When we do run into a snag, I usually tell the kids that the whole thing is a learning process, such as when we crashed the network by all trying to access Glogster at the same time. The ZTEC excuse me, portfolio became a bit of an obsession with me. When I first started organizing, I had little bits of paper all over the place, stickies attached to those pieces of papers, various files across different computers. I even found a sticky note in the fridge in place of the cream. As I started making reflections on artifacts, my brain was filled with overlapping thoughts. It wasn't until I looked at my courses over the last 4 years that I was able to see the interconnectedness of themes as well as my own personal take on digital learning. My philosophy about teaching and learning hasn't really changed, but I have changed some of my teaching practices in the sense of group work and social collaboration. For group work, we need to make sure that we teach how to do group work and assign roles and make sure the rubrics are accessible. For social collaboration, as much as the kids like to talk, they don't always want to answer in class. So sometimes we blog so that everyone can have their say. Although I chose Wix as the final platform for my e-portfolio, I originally played around with Iconosites, WordPress, Weebly, and Squarespace. I actually built my site in Iconosites, ran into issues, and then rebuilt the entire thing into Wix. If I had the skills in HTML to build everything from scratch, I would have, as there are still some editing things that Wix doesn't allow me to do. Another thing I've learned is to ask for help and support, whether it be from a prof or from the tech support from a site. It's funny, I never did that before. I chose a metaphor of water, waves, and ripples for my portfolio. When I first started thinking about how to tie things in together, all I could think about was a concept map and how the circles of thought were touching each other. The visual made me think of ripples in water, and it was easy to be inspired by some of the water images I found. And again, two important things to note here. I realized that I'm a visual learner, as well as needing to be engaged and excited about the work that I do. It's also interesting to note that I never considered the metaphor of music for this e-portfolio. That would have been a great way to integrate two of my passions, but I don't think I'm going to redo it at this point. So now what? I'm excited and sad about the end of this Met journey. Never before have I felt that I am so ready to learn and have the skills to do so. That being said, I'm looking forward to a break without doing homework in the wee hours of the night. Not sure what I will do with my time, Maybe I'll write a book, look into teaching at the post-secondary level. Adult learners fascinate me, maybe because I know the type of student I am. Maybe see if I can teach an online course in the school district. Who knows? Thanks for listening.